Hi, Internet. How are you doing today? Truly, 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 how are you doing today? From me to you, I want to give you that space. I want to give you that validation. And I want to sit here while you ask yourself, how are you doing? I always want my videos for you to take time for yourself. Like, this is you time, taking space to take care of you. On side note, I really love holding this mic, but I realize, I know in my videos, my sound hasn't really been the best, so I really have to make sure I'm keeping it by my fucking mouth, okay? I'm gonna get better. She's learning, people, okay? She's learning. But back to the video. I wanted to make this video today to let you know that you're doing great. You are doing fucking amazing, dude. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise, especially yourself. I think we're all our worst critic. We all are in our heads. We all have that voice in our head. And I think it's really easy, especially in the world that we live in today, to rip ourselves apart. And I think, too, under a capitalistic structure, it's really easy to fall into this pattern of feeling like you're not doing enough and what you have isn't enough. And I don't think enough in our culture that we practice gratitude. And gratitude for right here, right now. Whether you did everything on your to-do list today or whether you did nothing, kudos to you. Truly kudos to you, because you took care of yourself. You took care of yourself and what that looks like to you. And, we're not all raised the same way. We don't all have the same experiences. How every individual is bred to take care of themselves, looks differently. And I don't think we take that into consideration enough. I don't think we, as a society as a whole of people, don't gratify that enough for each other or even ourselves. Because we do live in a very, like I said, capitalistic society, and capitalism is a tiering system. There has to be somebody below. There has to be somebody above. That's how this shit works, unfortunately. And in my last video, I was kind of talking about this essence of empathy and that, we don't share gratitude and we don't champion each other enough. And, it's like, how do you learn to feel good for somebody else's success without comparing it to yourself or feeling envious of that? And, somebody in the comments brought up a really good point about, it's like, well, how can I feel empathy or gratitude or champion somebody, when success is tied to this nature of just scheming and hurting other people to get to the top, or just thinking of how many people you had to fuck over to get to where you are in success. And I think I want to believe in my heart, maybe this is naive of me, but just in my personal opinion, I want to believe that that's not necessarily true, that we don't have to look at success, and success doesn't have to be something that's, considered evil or other people had to endure pain for one's success. And I think that there are a lot of truths to that, though. When I'm talking about a couple of times where I'm talking about capitalism and a tiering system, and, to say that America isn't constructive of layers of discriminating and classifying folks. I mean, I'm talking from the city of Chicago here. Segregation and displacement is still transparent to this day. And if somebody disagrees with me, respectfully, you're blind, because it's all in front of our face. So that's just one of the many, 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 many examples. But I just think that above all of that, truly, from another human being to whoever's watching this, no matter what you look like, where you come from, who you are, just want to let you know that you're doing great. Truly, you are. And let yourself feel that. Let yourself believe that. Even if you feel like fucking shit, like, trust me. Whew. Been there, babe. You're doing it. And I just really felt motivated to say this today and use this today. The Kris Jenner meme, "You're doing amazing, sweetie," is constantly, on repeat in my brain. And I, just say that, we need to gratify ourselves more, because it all comes within ourselves. Everything you are, your feelings are energetic. The way you feel, people are going to feel it. Especially those who are intuitive and in tune with themselves and in their bodies, and I understand disassociation and derealization and, coming out of your body. And I think how just our work culture is, it's so understandable to self-soothe in those ways. And I have empathy for that, taking care of yourself, like I was saying earlier, isn't linear. It doesn't look the same for everybody, and I don't think we should judge the way somebody is taking care of themselves, even if we disagree, or even if one might think how someone else take care of themselves is harmful. Like, that's someone's journey, and you don't know what it's like to wake up in anybody else's shoes. You don't know, truly how, if that person on the internet who has everything you want, you don't know how they feel when they go to bed at night. You truly don't. And in my experience in witnessing people's lives, more money, more problems. Not to say that money and success and, doesn't create a level of, sort of access and, non-stress. I'm kind of blanking on the word because it's 1 a.m. and I'm exhausted. But this is me taking care of myself. This is me pushing myself to make this fucking video, because I know my voice needs to be heard, and I have to give that to myself. And the only person that's going to do it is me, and the only person that's going to do it is you. And if your day looked like laying in fucking bed all day and watching Netflix, go for it. If your day looked like going for a 5-mile run and eating no fucking carbs and, doing, reading a book, go fucking off, like, all the power to you. And yeah, I hope this is just a reminder to not be hard on yourself and to not compare yourself, and to be kind, to show yourself love and affection, and to be content with where you're at right now, because I think in a society where we're instantly gratified, it's really hard to be in the moment sometimes. And I hope that this video put you in the moment, babe. So yeah, you're doing amazing, sweetie. So much love. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me today. These are just little mini rants, more to come. And yeah, I brought up a lot of topics in this video that I actually think I want to make singular videos about, but I just wanted to give this to the internet today. So much love, and until next time.